Before we jump in, I do earn a referral fee when you use the services and companies I demonstrate in the video, but there is no additional cost to you. I chose them because they're the best in the industry and you're safe with them. If you've been following my channel for a while, you probably know that I have my hands in a lot of different businesses' ideas, information, shortcut tips and more over the years. I want you to know this, which is all credit cards in different entities, as well as funding, lots of different funding options, when it comes to starting a business. Understanding how to set up a limited liability company, or an LLC as we like to call it, is critical. It's not complicated, it just sounds complicated. It's unbelievable how each of these businesses is separate from your name, giving you incredible leverage. Before continuing the video, let's introduce you to Bizee. Bizee is a professional formation service company to file your LLC. It's an amazing company that will guide you through creating your LLC. They even have a service where they will file your LLC for you without you going through any hassle. The full review of Bizee is also given in the description box down below. So, let's talk about an LLC for a minute. The name alone, Limited Liability Company, kind of gives away the biggest perk. It's all about limiting liability. What does that mean to you? How do you limit liabilities on those credit cards or loans that we're going to talk about later? Basically, it's a protective shield around your personal assets in case something goes wrong with your business. That's the beauty of it. If your business faces legal troubles, your personal stuff, like your house, car, and savings, should be protected if it's set up correctly. You should consult an attorney for asset protection, but as long as you don't do anything that personally pierces the LLC, you should be fine. Once the assets within the LLC are at risk, you'll have peace of mind knowing that you're not personally vulnerable. Need an example? Take Stripe. They started as an LLC and quickly gained momentum in the tech world. Now, Stripe is everywhere and worth billions. Getting your own LLC isn't complicated. I've walked you through the process many times on this channel, so let me break it down again. First, pick a name for your LLC. You can always use a fictitious name, meaning your LLC can do business under a completely different name. After that, choose a registered agent or handle it yourself. Then, file the articles of incorporation with your state. A small fee applies, usually $50 to $800, depending on where you are. Next, draft a simple operating agreement to outline how your LLC will function and who's in charge of what. To build credit and secure funding, you'll need an Employer Identification Number, EIN, from the IRS. It's essentially a social security number for businesses. The final step is opening a bank account in your LLC's name to keep your business finances separate from your personal ones. This is critical for maintaining your limited liability protections. Don't commingle funds. Once approved, you'll get a certificate of organization from the state, and finally, you're official. But remember, forming an LLC isn't a one-time deal. There are annual fees to keep your LLC active, which vary by state. Some states even require publishing a notice in the local newspaper to confirm your LLC is up and running. Now, I'm going to show you how to start an LLC using Bizee, and in the description down below you also find a review of their service. They are one of the best entity formation platforms in the market that charges $0 for their service. Now, let me just show you what types of services Bizee provides to business owners. After arriving on their website, you will see the list of all the services they provide. Under the Start Your Business section, you will see 4 of their key services, which are form an LLC, C Corporation, S Corporation, and Nonprofit. As you can see, there are 3 different packages: Silver, Gold, and Platinum. And the first thing that's worth mentioning is that the state fee does not change. You can see it's $236 in all the packages. Some of the extra services that are included in this package are preparing and filing the articles of organization, unlimited name searches, free registered agent for 1 year, and unlimited phone and email support. Next, the Gold package, which costs $249. And this is the package I highly recommend, with filing EIN, which is a business tax number, Form 2553. It also comes with operating agreement, business bank account, lifetime company alerts, tax consultation, etc. In the next section, Bizee is asking you to provide your LLC name and its designation. After that, they ask you whether you want to get a registered agent through them or not. Getting a registered agent is a legal requirement in order to file an LLC in any state. Bizee is providing registered agent service free for 1 year. And after that, it's $119 per year. Bizee is asking you whether you want to get an EIN or not. Then if you want to get a free tax strategy or consultation call with them. In the Bizee dashboard, if you go to Legal and then Licenses and Permits, they can do this research for you and make sure that you have all the proper licenses and permits. After providing all the information, Bizee will be the one handling all the documents and registering your LLC on your behalf, so you won't need to go through any of these hassles. After your LLC is set up, we'll talk about funding it, because an LLC without cash flow is like a car with no gas, it's not going anywhere. There are several ways to fund your LLC depending on your business plan. We fund LLCs all the time for both businesses and real estate. One common way is through contributions, where you or a partner transfers money into the LLC. For example, if you have $50,000 in a personal account or know someone who does, you can write a check and transfer it to your LLC, giving it the funds to operate. It needs to start operating by moving that money into the LLC. It protects it from any personal creditors who might come after me or you. If someone sues me or wins, they can't touch the LLC because it has its own legal protection. It's like its own person, like you're suing another person. You can't do that. That's the power of contribution and why you need to do it properly. Contributions are also great if you're starting new businesses. Let's say you're opening a bakery and you need $50,000 to cover your startup costs. You can contribute that money to the LLC and use it to buy equipment, pay rent, and hire staff. Here's a little tip: if your total startup costs are $250,000, you don't have to contribute all the cash at once. You can put in part of the money as a contribution and fund the rest through other methods like loans. One of the things to watch out for when contributing to an LLC is getting sued, dealing with creditors, and ensuring you get paid before they do. If your LLC gets sued, and the LLC owns a piece of property worth $300,000, the lender who provided the mortgage gets paid first. Any leftover money goes to the unsecured creditor, which usually means the person who sued you, and then it goes to you. You're last in line. That's why you need to be careful about how much personal money you contribute to your LLC. You don't want to lose everything if things go south. Now let's talk about loans as a way of funding your LLC. Loans can come from the bank, yourself, or family members. The key is to protect yourself as much as possible. I always recommend using a separate LLC to loan money to yourself or your business. This adds a layer of protection. If you loan money directly to your LLC, someone might argue it was actually a contribution. In the event of a lawsuit, you'll lose the money. But if your loan comes from a separate LLC with no direct connection to you, it's much harder to make that argument. If you fund one LLC to loan money to another, it provides an additional safeguard. Loans are also a great option for businesses with large startup costs. For example, if you need $300,000 to open a bakery, you could contribute $30,000 and get a $270,000 loan funded to your LLC by a third-party lender. This way, if the bakery hits a rough patch, you're protecting a chunk of your money by structuring it as a loan instead of a contribution. The same strategy works for existing businesses. If your LLC is looking to expand, structuring loans properly ensures you're protected. You can even borrow from one LLC to help another. Just make sure you document everything properly. Spend the $500 to sit with an attorney, show them your paperwork, and get their input. You'll need a loan agreement, a promissory note, and sometimes a UCC, one filing to secure your asset with the Secretary of State. Those are two solid ways to get funding for your LLC, contributions or loans. Other options include AR financing, cash advances, credit lines, SBA loans, and equipment financing. It's all about finding what works best for your specific situation. Funding your LLC isn't as complicated as it sounds. Whether you're putting in your own cash or borrowing money, the most important thing is to protect yourself and your business from potential risks. Keep your assets safe, and your LLC will be set up for long-term success.